Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Deep Recruiting. This is going to be a short one. We're going to talk about the first rule of Italian driving, and I'm going to wait till the very end to tell you exactly what that is. Deep Recruiting, we're coming at you every week, Wednesday, 4:10 p.m., and the goal is to give you a tool, a tip, a trick, whatever it is you need to be successful in this business. And this is coming from 30 years of experience, being number one, winning Performers Club, and watching a lot of other people try and fail, try and succeed, and go on to amazing success. So what I'm really talking about today is this is a tough job. You're going to get people that are going to lie to you. They're going to cheat. They're going to steal. They're going to do everything they can to take advantage of you. A lot of people, they're just not cut out to handle that. But the few of us that really are, the few of us that can let that just roll off our back and get on with our day are the people that are really going to succeed. So who are you? Are you the type of person that's going to take everything personal? Or are you going to be the type of person that is going to take that loss and actually learn from it and figure out how to prevent that from happening in the future? A lot of what we do is the psychology of persuasion. It's the psychology of influence. And influence begins with trust. If there is no trust, you cannot influence. Now, trust doesn't necessarily mean a bad or good thing. Trust can be, I really trust Jim Bright to do a good job recruiting for this position. He's never failed me before. That's trust. Trust could also be, I really dislike Bobby because I can always trust him to screw something up. That is another form of trust. It's something you've got to be careful about, something you've got to look out for, because you don't want people trusting you in that way. But building trust, earning that respect, is really kind of the first step to stopping any problems you're running into. Because when people don't respect you, they feel like they can take advantage of you. That's not going to do you any good. It's not going to do your company any good. It's not going to do your client any good. And most of all, it's not going to do your candidate any good. So if you're running into a lot of problems where people are, let's say you place them and they don't show up for work, or they accept an offer and they call you at 10 p.m. the night before telling you they're not taking that offer, or other issues you're running into where maybe you ask them to send you references and they tell you they're not going to send you references because they don't want their references to be bugged by, well, frankly, the likes of you, then you have failed to earn trust. Now, trust is something that is not freely given, but when we're doing recruiting, we have to extend that hand of trust first. But when we extend that hand of trust, we also need to command trust with that prospect, be it a client, be a candidate, whoever. For example, if I'm sending a client over to my candidate, I don't hide the phone number from them. I don't hide the email address or the LinkedIn from them. No. If my client's going to do an end run around me and hire somebody without involving me, well, I just learned a really cheap lesson and I can get on with my life because I'm never going to deal with that person again. Problem takes care of itself, right? And rather inexpensively, I might add. So by sharing this information up front, I'm extending the hand of trust, which means it's more likely I'm going to get trust back from my client. With a candidate, it's a little bit different. We need to earn respect and trust with them by asking them hard questions. I had a meeting today where hard questions were part of the game. What is your unique value proposition? People have to be able to trust that you know what you're doing. And the way you earn that respect and trust is by showing them that you know how to ask the important questions, the questions that stump them, make them think twice about it. Those are the questions you need to be asking, right? So, talking about the first rule of Italian driving, how does that have any impact on any of this? Well, it's very simple. I said before, you got to let things roll off your back when they're bad. There's a movie from the 1970s. It's called The Gumball Rally. And it's about a race from New York to LA across America, breaking the law, speeding, blah, 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 right? And this guy he has a Ferrari. It's a convertible, might be a Daytona replica. Anyway, it's a convertible Ferrari, and he hires a professional Italian race car driver to drive his car because he wants to win. He figures by hiring a professional driver, he's increasing his chances. And this professional Italian driver is played by Raul Julia. And Raul gets into the car And he looks at the rearview mirror, and the first thing he does is he grabs it and he yanks it off, breaks it off the windshield, throws it over his shoulder of a Ferrari. And the owner of the Ferrari looks at him and goes, "What the heck are you doing?" And Rule says, "The first rule of Italian driving is what's behind me doesn't matter." And that is an important rule to follow in recruiting. When something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter. In a sense, it matters in the sense you better be learning from it. You better be learning how to prevent that from happening in the future. But it shouldn't affect you up here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your attitude, your desire to succeed, your willingness to succeed. It's absolutely irrelevant. You have to have the mindset in your head that that is part of the process of, number one, learning, number two, succeeding, and number three, getting better. Because we can't get better until we fail. So always remember the first rule of Italian driving. What's behind me doesn't matter. This has been Deep Recruiting. Hope you found this one a little bit fun, a little bit entertaining, and hopefully a lot inspiring. Coming at you every week. We're going to get specific every single week. We're going to keep it short every single week so that you can get on with your day, get on with your job, get on with making money. That's what we're here to do. I want everybody to get something out of this. I want you to email me at deeprecruiting@teamgtn.com. Let us know what challenges you're running into. Let us know what your frustrations are. Today's actually comes from somebody who's very frustrated in this business. Why is all this happening to me? Well, that is the inspiration I need to be able to bring to you my real world experience that will help you get past these obstacles. So please email us, deeprecruiting@teamgtn.com. As far as this particular one goes, please leave a like. Please leave your comments below. You can agree, you can disagree, whatever it is. Your comments are what the algorithm needs for me to grow this podcast and make it bigger. And the bigger it is, the more people we're helping, the better our industry is going to do. And that rising tide, I say it every week, lifts all boats. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you are having a great week. Happy Wednesday. And go sell something today, would you? Thanks a bunch. Take care.